Alright guys, hey, Safety Liner C2. So I'm gonna start off with some news about my channel, then we'll move on to today's video. I did get the new channel book. Yeah, I don't really like it either, but now about the videos, I'm gonna try and upload one video a week, and they are used on my webcam. Occasionally I'll just make a slideshow. If you want to me to, you can just leave me something below. This is all backwards. Um, so if you want me to make a certain slideshow out of my pictures that I have, feel free to just let me know. I'll use all my pictures that I have, and I have like 5 years worth of taking pictures and a lot of knowledge, like 10 years worth of knowledge. Um, so I'll try and upload a video once a week. I may throw in 2 or 3 more. This depends on how much time I actually have. Um, Try and throw out one in a week, but I'm not making any guarantees. Most of them will be on my webcam. Um, so they'll just talk about my normal bus stuff, and then occasionally I'll just throw out a funny one. Like, we're in the process of making a funny video. Um, I'm writing a script for it, and then we're gonna do it, and we'll throw that out there for you. I'm not releasing anything on it, but okay. So about that, we'll finish with the news. Um, So today we're going to go over the 4 types of buses. 4 types of buses are fairly simple to remember with the first 4 letters of the alphabet. There's type A, B, C, and D. So we'll start with A and then we'll go to D, and then I'll tell you about them. I'll show you a picture that I have taken of them, or well, I've saved on my iPad. These are all going to be all my pictures, or well, they're my pictures, so don't go stealing them without my permission, without my written permission. Um, and then I'll just tell you a couple buses that um, other manufacturers have made. So we're going to start off with the Type A bus. Now Type A's are what most people call the short bus. Now that's not like horrible, but I'm just not even going to say. The Type A buses are usually thrown on a GMC, Chevy, or Ford chassis, depending on what your district wants. But some districts are owned by the state, so it really depends on what the state wants. So they use for GMC and Chevy, they use the Express, and for Ford, they use the E150, I think, 250, 350, and 450. Depending on specs. Um, they've also thrown together a new bus called the E-Trans, which is on a Smith chassis, which is internationally owned. So, and that's just some weird front engine bus. I don't even know where to start with that. It's a piece of crap. But that, I don't even want to consider that a Type A, even though it is considered a Type A. I consider that more of a Type D or Type C. So, it holds up to 36 passengers, and like I said, it's put on a GMC, Chevy, or Ford chassis. Now I have a model sitting right here that I just found. This is a Type A bus, um, just a little bus, piece of crap, but I'll leave it now. But here's my picture. Again, this is my picture. It's a Texas school bus. So let's see if I can focus it on here. So that's that. Um, so that's the bus. You can tell it's a Texas bus because it says school bus right here. I'll make another video about Texas school buses, even though I have. I'll tell you how you can tell state specs apart. Um, but that's what a Type A bus looks like. You've probably seen them around. Most districts put handicaps on them, but if they want to save money, they'll put them on the Type C chassis. Type A's aren't rare, but I normally don't find them. around my district, but we have a few down here in Texas. So the next manufacturer, not the next manufacturer, the next type of bus we're going to go over is Type B. Now the Type B buses are just weird. Only one manufacturer makes them today, because all the others have quit making them, and that is IC. Now IC makes their BE. Thomas doesn't make anything. Uber doesn't make anything of it. But they did make it. Bluebird made a Mini Bird, is what it's called. Thomas had the Mighty Might. Carpenter had Cadet. Wayne had the Papos, just for a very short amount of time. A couple are found. And Superior had like the Pioneer, I think. So they're not extremely big. They're not the best, but our district buys the BEs and we put our wheelchair lifts on there. So most districts do buy their BEs. They buy the Type Bs instead of buying the Type A's for the wheelchair buses. Or again, if they want to save money, they'll buy the Type C's. Now, Type B's are held up or hold up to 72 passengers. Again, according to what the state wants. Now, Thomas made a weird bus. It was called the Vista, and I'm sorry, Harry, for calling it a weird bus. I know you're gonna watch this. But it was just a weird bus. It was almost like a Type C bus, but they considered it a Type B bus. Again, Harry, I'm sorry, but that was just a weird bus. They also had Ward had their Patriot. It was another bus just like that, except for it looked almost like a GMC chassis instead of using an International chassis. But again, like I already said, most districts, whenever they buy their Type Bs, they put their wheelchair buses on, or they put their wheelchair lifts on them, and you can only buy them from IC. So my picture again, a Texas ICBE. Focus it on here. So that's a Texas ICBE. Has a wheelchair lift on it. You can see right next to the stop sign, the wheelchair lift symbol. Right. So that's that. Now let's move on to Type C. Just gotta find the next picture. Okay, now Type C buses are the most common types of buses you will see on the road. Now, Type C buses are conventional engines. And that's really what it means. So it's a conventional bus. Now, Type Cs can hold up to 78 passengers. I believe you can get them to 82 if that's what your state wants. Manufacturers that are making Type Cs right now are IC with their ICCE. You can order like 300s. I don't know if you can still order just the regular CEs or just CE 200s. Thomas has the Safety Liner C2, and Bluebird has the Bluebird Vision. Manufacturers that have made buses in the past, Type C buses in the past, are Carpenter, Wayne, Superior. Pretty much every manufacturer has made a Type C bus, but not every manufacturer. If they didn't make Type Cs, then they pretty much made Type A's. So my Type C bus, that is another Texas school bus, is a Wayne. It's placed on an International chassis. Focus it on here. So, hold on. What? 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 Sorry. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. But pretty much every manufacturer used International, Harvester, or International. They use International, like I said, Freightliner, GMC slash Chevy, and Ford. Um, and those were the five um, chassis that were put on buses. Um, Now, International has paired up with ICE to make the CE300, and they call it integrated, but it's really not because they use International's chassis. Thomas does the same thing with the Freightliner. They steal it from um, steal Freightliner's chassis. They don't actually steal them, but they take Freightliner's chassis and put it on their bus and call it fully integrated, even though it's not. And then Bluebird, with their vision, they actually make it fully integrated. Um, it's totally made from scratch. So now the next and final, well, not the final, the last type of bus we're going to go over is Type D FE. Now FE you may know as front engine, and a little bit about Type Ds. They're known as transit buses. So that's really it. They also have a flat nose bus. Just found one. This is you see it's flat on the front. Now this is RE model. You can tell on the back, but how FEs aren't like as common as REs down here in Texas, but wherever you live, they may be more common. They have the doghouse in the front, right next to the driver's seat, and the doghouse is basically the engine with a cover on it, and we call it the doghouse. I'm not really sure why, but Type Ds are made to hold up to 90 passengers. So this is my picture. It's an activity bus. It's an MFASD. So that's an FE. You can't really tell, but it's an FE 300 or 200 from IC. But so let's go over the manufacturers. The manufacturers that still make FEs today is Thomas with their EFX, which is a brand new bus. It replaced the EF. And Bluebird, they have two different types of FEs. They have the A3 and the D3. Now those two are totally different. And then manufacturers that have made them in the past are IC with their FE 300 and 200, and just the FE. Let's see, Amtran, which is basically the same thing with their FE model. Ward with their president and, or well, maybe sorry, that was an FE, and then their senator, both placed on an international chassis. What other manufacturers? Carpenter made them. A lot of manufacturers made them. So basically, if you made Type C's and Type A's, then you pretty much made a Type D too, and Type B. So if you made a couple of them, then you pretty much made all of them. So that's about Type D, or the DFE. And now we're gonna move on to the other part, which is Type D RE. Now RE, since FE means front engine, RE means rear engine. Now this bus model I was showing you has a rear engine. You can't really tell, but there's a line right here, and the hood would pop up, and well, it doesn't really, but that's how it looks. So just like the FEs, REs are made to hold up to 90 passengers, and the engines are in the back, and they have like a little box over them. I'm not really sure. I've never rode an RE. May not have been an RE, but this is my picture of it. Let's see. That's an Amtran RE. A bus right next to it. Over here is a TC 2000, which I forgot to go over. which I forgot to mention in the FE section. So I'm not really sure if that was a Texas bus. But manufacturers that still make them is IC with their IC RE. Maybe, I don't think they're 200 or their RE. Thomas with their HDX, and Bluebird with their D3RE. I'm maybe getting that wrong. Yeah, it's D3RE. Let's see. Manufacturers that have made them in the past are Carpenter with their Chancellor RE, Wayne with their RD9000, which was a wonderful bus, even though they only made 3 of them. That's all I can think of off the top of my mind. I know they made more than just those 2. Oh yes, Crown made them. They made the Crown Super Coach and the Crown Super Coach 2, which those were both popular buses. Gillig made them with their Gillig Transit and their Gillig Phantom, which those are only California buses. But so that's pretty much it. So I'll just go over these again real quick. Type A's are the shorty buses with the vans on them. Type B are the semi-short buses. Type C's are the conventional buses, and Type D's are the transit buses, FE, front engine, and RE, rear engine. So if you have any questions, just feel free to drop me a message or leave me a question in the comments below or on the side over here or over here or up here or wherever you put it now, since I really don't not gotten used to the YouTube system. So like this video, subscribe up here. Yeah, press that button up there, the subscribe button. And also let a note on my page. If you comment on the featured video on my YouTube channel, I will add you to a list of other channels to check out. So if I put this as the featured video, leave a comment and you will get your channel featured on my page. So thanks for watching, guys. Secular C2.